Okay, so Streetdog BMX just dropped on January 14th, and I need to talk about this because it might be the best extreme sports game since the original Tony Hawk's Pro Skater era, and I'm not even exaggerating. So here's the deal. This is a solo dev passion project by Adam Hunt from Yay Us Games, who's been making BMX games since 2012 with the Pumped BMX series. He's an actual BMX rider in real life, and you can tell because this game just feels right in a way that most modern action sports games don't. It's $25 on Steam. There's a 10% launch discount right now, so you can grab it for $22.50. And honestly, after playing it for like 15 hours, I'm shocked it's not full price because this feels more complete than most $60 games. The pitch is simple. It's basically Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, but you're on a bike instead of a skateboard. You've got 6 huge open maps to explore, over 270 challenges to complete, tons of tricks to master, and a combo system that rewards creativity and flow. It's arcade-focused, so it's not trying to be a hyper-realistic sim. It's all about big air, huge combos, and that perfect feeling when you nail a line through a level. Steam reviews are sitting at 94% positive, which is insane for a brand new indie sports game, so naturally I had to see what the hype was about. Alright, so what actually works in this game? Because honestly, there's a lot to love here. First off, the movement and physics feel absolutely incredible. Like, this is the most important thing in an action sports game, and they nailed it. Your bike has real weight and momentum, pumping to build speed feels natural and satisfying, and when you're flowing through a level, hitting wall rides and rails and gaps, it just clicks in this beautiful way. People are comparing it to the Tony Hawk games, but honestly, the momentum system reminds me more of Skate, where you really have to understand how speed and angles work. The trick system has so much depth. You've got bar spins, tail whips, back flips, front flips, Superman seat grabs, hang fives, hang tens, crank flips, pedal grinds, ice pick grinds, Smith grinds, feeble grinds, crooked grinds, and like 50 more tricks I'm probably forgetting. Every trick has specific inputs using the triggers, bumpers, and right stick, and once you learn the language, it becomes second nature. The combo system is where it gets really fun. You can manual between tricks to keep your combo going, you can fakie, which is riding backwards, you can wall ride to transition between areas, and the game rewards creativity. If you do the same tricks over and over, your score multiplier drops, so you're constantly encouraged to mix it up and try new things. The 6 maps are all massive and beautifully designed. You've got a skate park, a construction site, a plaza, rooftops, industrial areas, and each one is packed with secrets and hidden spots to discover. Finding the perfect line through a level feels like solving a puzzle, and when you nail it, the dopamine hit is real. The challenge system is really well done too. There are 270 plus challenges ranging from score attacks to specific trick requirements to time trials, and they're spread across difficulty tiers so you naturally progress from easy stuff to absolutely brutal endgame challenges. Some of the expert challenges are genuinely hard and will take hours to complete, which is great for replayability. Customization is also surprisingly deep. You can change your rider's clothes, hair, tattoos, piercings, accessories, and you can fully customize your bike frame, handlebars, seat, pegs, wheels, sprocket, everything. It's all cosmetic, but it lets you make a rider that actually feels like yours. Oh, and the replay editor is sick. You can record runs and edit them with different camera angles, slow motion effects, and filters to make little BMX videos, which is perfect for content creators. Performance is also excellent. The game runs flawlessly on PC, and multiple reviews confirm it works great on Steam Deck at 40 to 60 FPS, which is impressive. The game also feels really complete at launch, which is rare for indie games. There's no early access nonsense, no missing features, no roadmap of stuff coming later. It's just a finished game that works, which honestly deserves praise in 2026.
But okay, let's talk about the problems, because the game isn't perfect and there are some legit frustrations. The biggest issue by far is the control scheme. The default controls are kinda weird and unintuitive, and even the arcade control option doesn't feel quite right for some people. The game uses the right stick for tricks instead of having a dedicated trick button, and some players really hate this. Like, multiple Steam reviews are begging for a proper controls menu where you can rebind everything and have a single button for tricks instead of directional inputs. If you're coming from Tony Hawk, where you just press buttons to do tricks, this will feel alien at first. There's also this problem where certain trick inputs conflict with each other. People are reporting that trying to do a switch bar spin into a nose manual automatically triggers a hang 5 instead, because the game buffers the left trigger input. Some challenges become way harder than they should be because of these control quirks. The flip mechanics are also weird. You can't just push the left stick up or down to flip, you have to use specific inputs that don't feel natural. The dev has been patching this stuff, like they just added an option for LB flips in the beta branch, but it's still not as customizable as it should be. Some challenges are also poorly balanced or confusing. There's one called Justice, where you have to do a whiplash, but the game uses the same input as a tail whip, so people literally can't complete it and are stuck. Session markers don't work in certain challenges, which forces you to ride all the way back to your starting point after every attempt, which is super annoying. The game could also use better tutorials or explanations for some mechanics, like how do you control which direction you jump out of a grind? How do half-pipe pumping inputs work? The game kinda expects you to figure it out through trial and error, which can be frustrating. There's also no proper trick list in-game. You just have to experiment and remember inputs, which is rough when there are like 60 different tricks to learn. Visually, the game is fine, but nothing special. It's colorful and clean, but the graphics are pretty basic, and some environments can look samey. Not a huge issue for an indie game, but worth mentioning. Also, the game is PC only right now, no console versions announced, so if you're on PlayStation or Xbox, you're out of luck. And while the customization is great, you can only change your bike and rider from the main menu, not during gameplay, which is a weird limitation. Some people are also reporting crashing issues on Steam Deck, though most say it runs fine, so your mileage may vary. Oh, and there's no online multiplayer at all. It's purely single player, which is a bummer because competing with friends would be sick. So, fun or refund? Is Streetdog BMX worth $25 in 2026? Honestly, yeah, this is an easy fun for me, with some caveats. If you loved Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Dave Mirra BMX, or any classic action sports games, and you've been waiting for someone to make a modern successor that actually gets it, this is that game. The movement feels incredible, the trick system is deep and rewarding, the maps are huge and fun to explore, there are hundreds of challenges to complete, and it's genuinely one of the most satisfying arcade sports games I've played in years. For $22.50 with the launch discount, this is a steal. The controls take some getting used to, and you might struggle for the first hour or two while you learn the inputs, but once it clicks, it's so worth it. Multiple reviews say the learning curve is worth the payoff, and I completely agree. This is also perfect for Steam Deck if you want a chill game to grind challenges on while watching TV or whatever. But if you absolutely hate learning new control schemes, or if you need your games to hold your hand with tutorials and you get frustrated easily, then maybe wait for more patches. The dev is clearly listening to feedback and actively fixing issues, so the game will probably be even better in a few months. Also, if you're on console, this isn't an option yet, so you'll have to wait and see if it gets ported. For PC players who are into action sports games, though, this is a must-buy. It's a complete, polished indie game made by someone who genuinely loves BMX, and it shows in every aspect of the design. The fact that this is 94% positive on Steam after less than a week is not a fluke. This game is legitimately great. I'm giving it a fun, with the understanding that you need to commit to learning the controls, and you should expect some jank around the edges. But if you can get past that initial barrier, you're going to have dozens of hours of fun discovering lines, perfecting combos, and chasing high scores. This is the extreme sports revival we've been waiting for, and I really hope it sells well so we get more games like this.